All right, welcome in, y'all. It's a happy Wednesday, June 29th, 2022. It is let's see, my father passed away on this day in 2015. God, that is what, 7 years ago? Unbelievable how time flies. Crazy stuff. So, welcome in. Hope you're all having a great day. I cannot feel my thighs today because yesterday was personal trainer day and she had me doing some ungodly things that a fat person should never be allowed to do. And therefore, I told Beth yesterday, I said, I can't feel my toes. So, because I've got neuropathy in it from all the, I meet up with the diabetes and all that. So, she makes me do these planks, which is like a push up, but you never go down. You just sit there and try to keep your butt flat. And when I'm on my toes, I can't feel my toes. So, it's a very weird feeling. But yesterday, I was having these weird sensations in my feet. And I go, Beth, I just want you to check my toes. Just make sure I hadn't pulled it back, ripped it off, or that my toes not dangling. And she says, fine. Do good. So I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a little sensation back in the old feet from doing the planks and what y'all remember the movie? Was it Remember the Titans? Isn't that the one where they made the old boy do the walk, the crab walk or bear walk, whatever it was, and he went like all 100 yards, and then he goes across the goal line. He didn't know he'd made 100 yards. She made me do that. Oh my gosh. And my butt was like straight up in the air. And I said, my butt feels like it's up in the air. I said, is it? I said, I want you to be me. And I wanted her to do me. And she did. And sure enough, my butt was sitting straight there. So the goal is when you're doing that, what is that, a bear walk or something? Matt will know what that's called. Matt, what is that called? You probably make y'all's as athletes do that.
I think it's called Facing the Giants.
Facing the Giants. That's it. Yes, thanks. I knew it was something like that.
And I think it is a bear crawl.
A bear crawl. Oh my gosh. But I think I went 5 feet on the bear crawl before I was totally exhausted. And then I started petting my hair like this. She said, what are you doing? I said, I'm saying, good boy, like I was a dog. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I signed up for. But personal training now, crazy. All right, so welcome in. The market is up. Oh, behave. I thought it was down. Of course, I didn't watch it but till this morning. But as you can see, we're having say it with me, man. What is this? What kind of day is this? Can anybody see?
Inside. Range day.
Yeah, an inside day, or AKA a range day. 80% of our days are range days. And you can say this is a great day for those of you who are doing the 0 DTE SPX trades. This is the day you do those. On 80% of the time, they're good, right? So we're still in that opening 15-minute range. We're now above VWAP, we're above the hourly mid, we're above the hour overlap low. Here's the cash open. I mean, if this is the cash open, and here's where we are, it is a nothing burger day. Check out the AD. The AD has telegraphed that this indeed is now starting to go up. You see those little green lines right there? Those are gaps between, they're showing that there's a gap between the AD. So it's really popping back up. Gaps often fill. So we often see these gaps fill, right? So price come back to fill all those. Who knows? Volume is a little, wasn't what it was on the big down day that we had yesterday. So about 5,000 contracts every 2 minutes. What did we have yesterday? It was like 7,000, wasn't it? So, just an inside day. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Y'all don't even look. Just keep driving. Hands at 10 and 2. Well, I'll be dog. Look at our fairly priced. Where is price? It is at the 50% line of fair price. Y'all, it don't get any prettier than that. So we're fairly priced. We can't get any more fairly priced than we are now. We always keep an eye on the point of control as being the place for the market to revisit. And it likes to fill in these gaps many, many times. So the market could go up or down, Einstein, but it is perfectly priced. Oh, it's just beautiful looking at that. So it's perfectly priced. Let's look at our linear regression. Linear regression is looking good too, right? It's kind of right at the center, did what it thinks it would do. Here we go. We see on red days, we have more volume generally than on green days, right? We've seen that little trend. So we have big red candle yesterday, increased volume from the previous 2 days. Doesn't surprise us at all. Okay. Now, we got some unfinished business. I think we've got our plan all worked out now. We know the best practices for the 111 and 112, or the best practices I'm using. And y'all can come up with all kind of stuff that you want to use. You manage y'all's stuff any way you want to. Right? I would never tell you how to manage your portfolio, but I'm just telling you how I manage mine. The only problem is we do need to think about what are we going to do on the day that we get a 15% down move in the market or 20% down move in the market. We still need to think about what we're going to do there. Do we wait it out? Do we roll positions? Here's where I'm kind of thinking at right now. Here's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking that, you know, if any of those strikes get tested, close, right? Close those naked positions, probably close the put debit spreads that we got in place for a nice profit, which will offset the loss from the short puts that get tested, and then just reestablish the position. Now, Bobby, is that rolling? I don't know that I'm going to call it a roll. I think I'm going to close and reopen. Close and reopen. So in other words, if my strike is at the 3,000 put, I don't think necessarily that if my 3,000 put gets tested, right? If market falls down to 3,000, I think I'm going to close it, but I'm not going to roll to the 3,000 put in, you know, a further out expiration. I think I'll just reestablish a new trade at whatever strike the new trade would be at. You know, I don't buy into all the rolling stuff. I just don't. I mean, it's closing. What all rolling is closing a losing trade and reestablishing a trade in a longer expiration. But basically, you're doing it as, you know, one. You're doing it as one transaction, right? I'm going to roll the 3,000 strategic position relocation. I like that. That's a nice way of saying it. So I think what we do is just close our trade and say, you know what? 1 to 2% of the time, we're going to have a loser. We really are. And, you know, what do you do? Just suck it up, man. And then just reestablish your position. Because if your strike is tested, that means it's going to be a big down day. And it's probably a good day to reestablish a 1-1-1 or 1-1-2 trade. So there's all kind of ways to do it. And I guess I'm not going to know until we open the platform up one day and I say, well, here we are, y'all. Well, we got to make our decision now. So we need to at least be thinking about what we're going to do. Now, remember, we never make rash decisions. We're always methodical. We're slow. We're mechanical. We don't get too bent out of shape. We know that we're going to be okay. We're not going to blow up an account because we're not trading too big. Just going to take our time. And so when these occurrences do happen, we'll just get on here and we'll just talk it through. We'll just go very slowly, methodically, and we won't panic. All right. I think that's the best way to handle it. But right now I'm thinking, you know, if my strike gets tested, close the trade. Take your loss, Tubby. You can't win them all. You know, take your little loss and let's reestablish another position and keep it going. Because at that point, I'll be able to get my puts out way farther out of the money. So I guess it is kind of a roll. I'm just not rolling to the same strike, just reestablishing a new position. So that's my thoughts on it right now. So it's an imperfect science. We don't know exactly what we're going to do. Okay. All right. So let's see how we're doing today. Today. Let's pull up one of these. Let's see which one you want to go with first. Let's go to this one. If I can, I said, let's go. I said, come here, you little stinking thing. All right, so let's go and do our net liquidation value. See what we got in the account. See if we up or down. 629.22. And are we up or are we down? Let's see what we're doing. Come here, little fella. You think we'd be up a little bit, right? So we are at, come here, little feller. Come here, little fella. We are at 25,563.98. 25,563.98. So from where we did it yesterday, we're down a little bit, down $64. But remember, the market went way lower after we got finished today. So that's why I did that. So we're down just a little bit. We didn't quite regain from where we were yesterday. All right, but don't look at that too closely. Let's look at our little Greekies. See how the Greeks are doing. Let me let Eliza in. Every time I see Eliza coming in, I think Eliza Jane. Wasn't there a country song that had Eliza Jane in it? 36.74. 36.74 is our Delties. Is that too much? No, it's just right, because as long as we don't get over 38, we're going to be fine. Right? So we're
Hey,
good.
Bobby, can I ask you a question?
Oh, absolutely. That sounds like my friend Rick.
So on that maximum allowed positive delta, you've got 38. Is that positive 38? Is it also a negative 38 if you have negative delta, or would the number be different?
Yeah, the number would be different on the lower side, Rick. That's a great question. So when we were going over our best practices the other day, here's what I had my thoughts over the weekend. And Rick, I'd love to hear your opinion on what we're doing. Remember, I said that even in a bear market, we can't do these things on the call side because we can't get far enough out because of the skew in the options. So I said, okay, I need to accept the fact that we're going to be putting on 111s and 112s on the put side, Rick, which is very similar to what you were doing with the Rick trade, right? You were only doing it on the put side with the Rick trade. So by me saying that I'm putting them on the put side, I am coming to a conclusion that, hey, I'm going to have positive deltas, because selling those naked positions, that naked put, the 1 or the 2, depending on which trade we do, will give that trade an overall positive delta. As the market drops, our deltas will become increasingly more positive. So with that said, I said, okay, well, here's the fix. Remember, our fix was before is, well, let's sell a future to negate that. And then all of us got burned on the futures. We sell in futures, and then you will look up the next day and you go, crap. If I hadn't sold those futures, I'd be up $2,000 or $3,000, but I had to sell those stupid futures to keep my deltas neutralized. So I basically said, look, Bob, have positive delta. That's fine. Just don't be too positive delta. So if I'm too positive delta, here's what I'm going to do, Rick. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm not going to put on another trade. I'm maxed out. So now I'm maxed out if my theta is greater than 0.5%. Remember, we adjusted this yesterday. Rather than the 1%, I rarely go for 0.5%. So if my theta is more than 0.5% of my net leg, I'm not putting on a new trade. If my buying power is greater than whatever our buying power is supposed to be based on VIX, I'm not going to put on a new trade. And if my delta, or I should say this, if this or this or this, I'm not going to put on a new trade. So that's why that's there.
No, that makes perfect sense. And I think that's a good idea. And in my portfolio, I've got 2 or 3 trades that overall, it gives me a negative delta. So I have like negative 84 delta, so to speak. Now, and so that was my question. If that number 38 would be positive or negative, because whether you're positive or negative, it would seem like it would be the same thing as 0.0015 of the net lick, but I may be wrong.
Yes, you're exactly right. So this number that we have here is 0.0015 times the net lick. So if you take this 25,563.98 times 0.0015, that's exactly what you have. Now, Rick and everybody that doesn't have the new column, I just posted the formula for you in our chat, right? So if you guys want to copy that, so it's basically if J whatever, if this number is blank, then it's blank. Otherwise, do 0.0015 times J whatever, 63. So you can, put that in one. And so if you started on J2, right, just make sure everything's J2 and B2 rather than 63 to put that formula in. I just copy that. That's the formula. It's a real simple formula. That way you don't have to start over with a new spreadsheet. But I kind of want to know, hey, how close am I to going over my maximum positive delta? Well, I'm pretty close, right? I'm at 37, I know 38, but here it says no adjustment. Now what's this? What happens if we go to 38 here? No adjustment. Now what happens if we go to 39? Isn't that cool? It works just great. But rather than me going, oh crap, I'm gonna sell a future, I'm just gonna say, whoa, yo horses, little tubby dude, you fat black glass wearing Elton John spam cat, 9-toed son of a gun, you. Instead of selling a future to get my deltas neutralized, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm just not gonna put on another trade. I'm just gonna sit back and relax. So I kind of like that. All right, so everybody's with me. All right, so good. So let's see what our theta is. Theta, baby. Hey, baby. 50.54. Wow, look at us. What, baby? Oh, your shoes look so good, JoJo. Turn around, let me see them. That poor baby has waited all night, last night, for me to go to the mailbox to get his shoes, and I forgot to do it. I'm Daddy, so sorry, but I'm glad you got them. You like them, son? They look good. They look great. He's gonna have them on vacation next week.
Yeah,
Right.
but Daddy, are we gonna like get new socks? Because I think I need new socks because look,
Why do you need new socks?
because them are kind of big. And
Okay.
it says
Well, we'll get you some new socks, okay? If we can afford them. All right, here we go. So 8976 is our buying power. So we're at 35%. Oh, behave. So then we got to say, well, if we're at 35%, then VIX is between 20 and 30, 35% max. I would say we've pretty much maxed out. Our theta's looking good and our deltas are looking good, but there's a chance that we can reduce that buying power and maybe put on another trade today. So let's see if we can. So the first thing we would do in this account is we would say, hello, is anybody ready to go to the dance with Daddy? Hello, ladies. 81%, -7, 53, 69, -83, -28, +75. So we have found us a candidate. Do you come here often? So we can go, let's close this, and we'll see how much buying power this trade takes after we take it off. Reevaluate, see if we can put on a trade. Here we go. And then we got to go get 2 of the 3160s. Let's get them 2 of the 3160s. 3160s. Here they are. Oh, chicken. We said 2 of the 3160s. So if we could close it for a 225 debit, that would be cool. Can we? Oh, yes, we can. Bob the Builder. Y'all have kids, grandkids. Of course, can we do it? Yes, we can. All right, so we took off the 112/30th for 225. Let's go get that. 225 on the 112/30th. Well, hello, 225. So check us out making. How much did we make today? 629.22. We made $51.99. McDonald's, here we come. Party of 7. Sit me in the non-smoking section. Isn't that amazing? Some of y'all that are younger, y'all don't remember going to the restaurant and they would go, smoking or non-smoking? And you say non-smoking. Well, it's going to be a 70-hour wait. And you go, put me in the smoking section. Okay, come this way. And it'd be like, oh man. Then you get in there and the smokers will sit beside you and you would, smell like a freight train time you got out of that place. Unbelievable. And now we just think, you just go into the Captain D's and sit anywhere. Not back in the day, baby. So $51.99 is our profit today. And I think I figured out the problem yesterday. Look at this, y'all. We got another $51.99 today. Oh, behave. I've been going to the grocery store every day after I get out of the gym, and it is costing us $60 a day to feed my family. Pretty much $60 a day. So 60 times 7 is what? $420 times 4 and 3. So it's costing what? 16, probably $2,000 a month to feed my family of 7. That's a lot of money, y'all. I don't know how y'all are doing with y'all's grocery shopping, but today I bought chips that were on sale, buy one, get one free. The Piggly Wiggly's got ground beef on sale for $2 a pound, y'all. I'm gonna buy everything I can and like throw all of the moldy stuff out of the refrigerator and the old expired stuff, and I'm just gonna stick ground beef in there in the freezer so we can have that. That's $2 a pound compared to the $4 a pound I've been paying. That's a great price. But then you know that some mama's gonna go in there and buy all the ground beef. She's gonna fuss about it, you know, the whole time. Then I'll get in there and there'll be none left. I got you, mama. All right, $51.99 there. So now let's look at the Greeks and see what that did to our buying power after we took that one off. So let's go back to ungrouping ourselves. So now we're 36.48. I'm kind of want to update that too. Let's update it all. 36.48. 36.48. So it didn't change that much, right? 36.48 on our deltas, about the same. How'd my theta take a hit? Oh no, 46.95. 46.95. And then my buying power usage is, come on, drop $1,000. Come on, baby. Treat me good. 8,042. 8,042. So it gave me about another what? So now I'm at 31%. Okay, so let's have a chat, you and I, shall we? My theta's good. My buying power's good. My delta's good. Should I put on a trade today? Should I put on a trade? Should I put on a trade? And I'm going to say, you ready for this? You ready? I think my answer is no. Why would my answer be no? Somebody want to guess?
Save your buying power for a bigger down day because you only have about one more trade to put on.
I got about one more trade exactly, Ed, that I could put on. And why would I waste it on a day when the market's up or flat? You know, because, and we need to start thinking about this, you know, an opportunistic trade, right? Put it on when it's the great time to put it on. And right now, it simply is not a great time. And I got a feeling that in the coming days, I'm going to get a great opportunity to put on a trade. Now, here's the problem. If the market drops too much, my buying power is going to explode anyway. And my theta will explode and everything will explode and my deltas will explode. So I may not get a chance to put on a trade if it drops too much, right? Even though it would be a great time to put on a new trade. Because, you know, as volatility increases, market goes down, my deltas will get increasingly positive, and I'm almost positive out if I'm going to stick by my new rules. My theta will increase, and my buying power will surely increase as well.
What if you get out another trade today then? The other one you were up 85% in.
Wait a minute. What if I took off another trade today?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I could do that, right? I could do take off another one, and surely we had other trades that we could take off today. But I kind of like squeezing them a little bit, you know, and maybe it's not the right thing to do because we did find in our back test of at least the 111, 65% is the best time to take them off, right? So I've got a 78 here. I could take off, but Ed's exactly right. I could take off additional trades. Here's the good thing though. I would imagine even on a good down day, these things are still going to be up some. I could still take them up. So I think, you know, I kind of like the plan of taking one off, you know, let the other one slide a little bit because I don't know if the market's going to be up or down. So, you know, take a little risk off. I could probably still take some of these others off to reduce some risk to potentially put on a new trade. But I just don't want to push it. We don't want to push it because when we start pushing things, that's when we're going to blow up stuff. That's when we're going to take too much risk. So let's just slow our roll a little bit. All right, Ed, I know very little about gamma, but I'll try to take your question, or someone else may be more familiar with it than I am.
Yeah, it was in I think the 111 room.
Mhm.
You know, we know as we approach 21 days to expiration, theta plunges, gamma escalates at an equally exponential rate. So someone was asking, but what's the significance of 21-day
Mommy said we
exit of position thing? You know, and I said, well, that's a Tasty Works, the Tasty Trade kind of metric. And it's kind of built into some of what you do. And then we kind of discussed, like, how does that work with the 111 and 112, where you have the profit tent also kind of, like, to me, if you're approaching expiration, approaching 21 DTE and you're in the profit tent, but you're not challenging the naked put, I feel like you ought to ignore the 21-day thing and let that profit tent work for you as long as you can. But we don't know. So I just want to throw that out. I don't know if you have an idea of what I'm kind of talking about as far as, I don't think any of this has been tested. It's probably another one of these, who knows? But to me, if you're not in the profit tent, go ahead and exit the trade if you're at a good profit level, kind of like you just did. But if you're in the tent and you have a chance to multiply that, it seems like I would ignore the gamma risk and let the structure of the trade work for me. Does that seem right or wrong?
I think you're right. And remember, when we did back test the 111, one of the things that we did back test was, hey, should we close these trades at 21 days, at 14 days, at 7 days to expiration? And what we found in the back test is that closing based on a date did not help. It didn't do anything. You know, it actually made the results worse. So what we basically did was, we found out that taking profits at 65% or letting them go to expiration seemed to be the best, if I recall correctly. And I think anyone else here that remembers when we did the back test, we could do it. I'll tell you what we'll try to do. I'm not too good at it, but maybe we'll get the folks from Option Omega on with us again, and maybe we'll go through a couple of assumptions that we had and try to look at it again, especially now that they've got 1 minute data that we could go look. But my recollection was that closing by date only made the results worse.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay. And remember, do this, y'all. Look, go through your trades, right? So we just closed that one. Now, look, I don't have a lot of trades on. Check it out. I mean, here we're down a bit, but we're very good. We're not even at the profit tent. Go through your trades, you know. Make sure you hide simulations, because that sometimes makes the thing look bad. If hide simulations, single symbol, you have to have them grouped under your monitor tab to show the groups here. But you start looking at them here and you start going, man, that trade looks great. Look at that one. That looks great. Even the bull trade is down a little bit. Well, that looks great. We're not about to challenge the 35.67 anytime soon. You start looking at them, you know, and you go, wow, this is a great trades. I'm gonna get rid of those bullish trades on a really good up move. It's coming. Dump those things. Just do our regular stuff. All right, but go through the trades. So now I don't have too many trades on, but I have adequate trades on. Why? Because I know that my theta is just where it needs to be. I'm over 0.1. So if I was less than 0.1 today, I would certainly consider putting on a new trade. That would also mean that my buying power usage was less as well. So, but today there is no need for me to force a trade just because hey, I want to put one on, take one off every day. We'll go all night. No, right? Let's don't force it. All right, so let's look at the other account, shall we? Shall we? If I can find it. This one right here. Jojo, you done took your shoes off? They were looking good, son. All right, so we're in this account. Let's get our Greeks recorded over here. Let's see how our Netlick is doing over here. We are at. You never close your eyes anymore when I get your leaves. I love that song. There's no tenderness. 6/29/22. Not much change here. 74.58. Oh, what it was yesterday. Let's go into the Greeks and ratios. So here, yeah, delta of 70.63. That's interesting. Come on, Bob, getting the right spreadsheet, Bob. It's like 70.63. Go up so much. Thought we were up on that. Our theta is, so it says no adjustment, right? And again, I've got this over here, kind of letting me know how close I am to going over. So I've got a lot more delta I can go in this case. My theta is 116.51. 16.51. Fix must be up a little bit today. Is that the case? I didn't check. So we're at the lower range, right? We are 0.1 or better, so we're fine there. So how much buying power that we're using? We are using 25,366. About the same as yesterday, 5,366. Right. So we're only using 25% of our count. Our theta is toward the lower end. Market is kind of dead today. I mean, we could do a trade here. I mean, we certainly could do a trade. Theta is fine, especially, you know, who knows what tomorrow brings. I don't know if the market's going to be up or down or up or down. You know, what's our assumption? All I know is we're fairly priced now. And the great thing is, let's look at VIX, our little friend VIX. Our friend VIX is at 28.39. I knew it was up a little bit. I just could feel it. So this is an elevated VIX, y'all. Well, how maybe? Oh, wow. We need to fix that, Joe. Thank you. All right. So, so what am I saying? It's still a good time to sell premium, isn't it? Isn't it? Because the VIX is elevated. I mean, there'll be a day when we're back to VIX 17 and we'll go, man, y'all remember when we were crushing it at VIX 28? So in this account, I am going to put on a trade. Okay. So what would we do? We would do MES closest to 60 without going over. And we'll do a long put vertical. 50Y. I said we'll do them 50Y. And you move it down to where it's going to cost you about $10.
I fixed it, but the bottom doesn't even.
Thank you, JoJo. You're such a sweetheart. Such a sweet kid. It really is. Unless he's in a little mood something. All right, so 35.70, 35.20. JoJo, tell them again what you're gonna be when you grow up. I want to know.
A trader.
He's gonna be a trader, yeah. We like to go there. All right, so we got a 35.80, 35.30. I could buy over where I, you know, and sell where I sold, but I don't want to do that if I don't have to. So there's 10.25, 10. There we go, 9.50. Let's see if we get filled at 9.75. Cha-chink, cha-chink. Jacks, what kind? 10. That's where we want to be anyway. And we should get filled. There we go. Now, so look, we're going to do a 112 or a 111. Well, we're really flat. So, you know, if it's a down day, I'd probably do a 111. With it being flat, I'll probably do a 112. So we'll go to where it's about $10 or so. Yeah. Let's say 11.75. Let's go there. Go be a little bit greedy. And let's do 2 of these. So we're doing a 112. Now you're going to watch something that I think is cool, right? Somebody, I love when y'all talk sometimes. What is my normal tranche in the IRA, y'all? Who's been following along?
224.
Yep, 224, right? So I've been doing 2 tranches. But since the market's not down and it's not necessarily the ideal time to put on, I'm going to do a single tranche. Now, is that not cool? See how our best practices are really helping us? So yeah, I can add a trade, but it's not the most opportune time to add a trade. So we're going to do it. We're just going to do a single tranche, right? So you might normally two. There I did one, but we're going to do one tranche because it's not a great day to put one on. So this is going to be a 1/1/2, 33rd. And we're going to do let me get my stripes again. Activity. So we're going to do 3550, 3500, 500, 3100. Look how cool that is. Put, and it's a 1/1/2. All right, so let's go do that in the IRA. So we're going to trade. Now I think we've got a great plan, y'all. I think we've worked out some kinks. It's working out kinks is the hard part. So we're going to do 2 of 3100s over here. 3100s. Beth, will you put me 2 pot pies in the microwave? Put them on 6 minutes. Hey, don't you backsass me, woman. Do y'all love those little pot pies? I'm talking about the cheap ones. We got 4 for $6, $1.25. No, 4 for $5. They are so good, y'all. And I can eat 2. I can eat 3 of them, but I'm trying to lay off them. They're so good. I get the chicken ones and the turkey ones. Oh, all right. So we're going to sell. What am I doing? I'm going to sell 2 of those because we're doing the 1/1/2. Y'all get me so distracted. Then we got to do the 3550, 3500. I give this wife a great life, and what's she doing? She's backsassing me on my chicken pot pies. Unbelievable. Where we find these people? Beth, you still in here?
No,
Huh?
no.
Oh, good. She's gone. I can talk about her when she's gone out there. Because you know she ain't watching these videos, right? Now, after I'm long, dead, and gone, she might come back up and watch it. Y'all, could we get $15.50? We normally don't get that, y'all. That's a great price. Let's see if we can get that for you. You know we can, right? It's going to cost me $1,200. It's a lot of buying power. Come on. Look at us, y'all. $15.50. Oh, that just hurts. Hurts me putting it on. All right, so $15.50. 6/29/22. So here we go. Wait a minute, is it 50 days or 51? Oh yeah, it's 50. That's right. It's 51 days today. There we go. 1550. So we brought in 7162. So I think that's one of the greatest things that if you've got a larger count and your tranche size is 2 or 3 on a day that's not a really good day to put one on, reduce your tranche size. Reduce your tranche size. Why don't we update our Greeks one more time, just see what that did, right? So now we're deltas now. And let me put him in his, our deltas now are 75, 78. That gave us a little more deltas, 78. Remember, it's a positive delta trade. Now our theta is 123.03. Oh yeah, we like that. 123.03. And what did it do to our buying power? Our buying power was 25,366. And now we are at 27,023. 27,023. We're at 27%. We're totally safe. Everything's good, y'all. All right. Any questions? Any comments? Y'all, I think we're on a good path, y'all. Don't y'all? I think we're learning. That's a good part. We come in here and we go, we don't know everything. We're just learning here. See what we can do. Did I close one of my trades over here? I don't think I did though, did I? Let's see. Field order. I put a trade on. Oh, we got more to do, y'all. Hey, Beth, keep those pot pies warm. Daddy ain't finished yet. Gotta close something. All right, let's see. 784, 50, 50. Well, hello. 82%. Talk to me, Daddy. 103%. Well, that's just evil capitalism right there to make over 100% on something. Are you kidding me? Let's take it back. Give me with your best, Johnny. Let's close this one. And then we gotta go grab the other one. So we gotta go grab 4 of the 33 tens. 4 of the 33 tens. So put risk on, take risk off. 33 tens, right? 10s, got to grab 4 of those. A 1 Mississippi, a 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, a 25, a 50-cent credit. Let's go for 50. Think we can get it? Let's do it. Let's try. 50 credit. Come on, baby. Nothing. Jack squat crap. Be nice to close it for credit, right? Come on, Phil. Phil. Unbelievable. So we're going to have less than 100% on the trade by the time we get finished. That's okay. Now you could let the order work, you know, you could do that. Let's go and pay a quarter. I'll pay a quarter. Get out, take risk off. Don't be greedy. There she goes. So it cost us a quarter. Let's go put that in. That was a 112. What was it? 25th? 112, 25th. Let's go put them on. Pay the quarter. 112, 25th. Going once. Where are you? 112, 20. No. What was it we closed? Gosh, I need to do better now. We just closed the 112. Was it 27? 112, 27. I don't think it's 27. Unbelievable. Y'all give me a second. 112, 20. Yeah, 112, 27. So it cost us a quarter. So it cost us $14.26 to get out. We're out on $629.22. Look at us, $103.98. Beth, load the kids up. We're going to the Red Lobster. I'm sorry I equate everything with food. That's just what fat people do. I know most of y'all are not fat, but for those of you that are, you know what I'm talking about. 103.98. So let's put it in our pipe smoking. 103.98. Profit calendar. 103.98. Bob. 103.90. Look at us, y'all. We got stuff of legends. We made 362. Blah blah blah. Make it green, baby. Green.
Is that a joke?
Yeah, it's a joke. We're not really going to Red Lobster. Now, we might next week while we're on vacation, okay? We might go to the Red Lobster.
I wanna go today.
I know you want to go today, but we'll go next week. We're having hot dogs tonight. Angus, hey, Angus had hot dogs on the Angus Oscar Myers, buy one, get one free, y'all. Huh? Isn't that good? Buy one, get one free, because I only buy and sell stuff now. We're in a depression. Well, not yet. We're in a regression. Not a regression. What is a recession? Oh, good, Brian. Glad you love the Daily Zoom. It's cool to get together, right? And kind of go through it and talk this stuff over. Yeah. Good, Patrick. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Any questions at all? Comments? Best practice tips? Good. All right. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see y'all tomorrow.